Describe a wild animal that lives in your country. You should say what animal it is, where it lives, how people feel about this animal, and explain if you think there will be more or fewer of this animal in the wild in the future, and why.
The wild animal I want to talk about is the wolf, which is common in some parts of Turkey. Wolves usually live in the forests and mountains of eastern Anatolia. People are often afraid of wolves because they think wolves attack sheep and sometimes come close to villages. In the future, I think there will be fewer wolves because people hunt them and also their natural homes are getting smaller. I'd like to describe the brown bear, which lives in the Black Sea region and the mountains of eastern Turkey. These bears stay in forests where there are plenty of trees and rivers. People have mixed feelings about them. Some think bears are interesting animals, but others are scared, especially villagers who worry about their crops or beehives. I think there may be fewer brown bears in the future because of deforestation and because humans are entering their habitat more and more. The wild animal I want to talk about is the Anatolian lynx, a rare wild cat that lives in Turkey. It can be found in central Anatolia and some forested mountain areas. It usually avoids people, so most Turks never see it in the wild. People generally feel positive about the lynx, and many see it as a special and beautiful animal. However, some farmers worry that it might attack their livestock, even though this doesn't happen frequently. I think its population will become smaller in the future because its habitat is shrinking due to road construction, farming, and urban growth. Unless there are stronger conservation efforts, this species might continue to decline. I'd like to talk about the Mediterranean monk seal, one of the most endangered animals in Turkey. It lives along the Aegean and Mediterranean coasts, especially near Antalya, Muğla, and some protected islands. Monk seals prefer quiet beaches and sea caves where they can rest and give birth safely. Most people in Turkey feel protective and sympathetic toward this animal because it's extremely rare and cute. However, some fishermen get frustrated because the seals occasionally damage their fishing nets. Unfortunately, I believe there will be fewer monk seals in the future. Coastal tourism, pollution, and human activities threaten their habitats. Although Turkey supports some conservation programs, these might not be enough unless the public becomes more aware and more coastal areas are protected.
I'd like to describe the Anatolian leopard, one of the most fascinating and mysterious wild animals in Turkey. For many years, people thought it was extinct, but recent camera trap footage from the Taurus Mountains and eastern Anatolia confirmed that a very small population still survives. These leopards prefer remote forests and rugged mountains, where they can hunt without being disturbed. People in Turkey have mixed but strong emotions about this animal. Many feel proud that such a rare species still exists in our country, and they see it as a symbol of strength and natural heritage. However, villagers living near leopard habitats are sometimes nervous, especially when livestock goes missing, even though encounters are extremely rare. As for the future, I'm afraid the number of Anatolian leopards will probably decrease. Their habitat is shrinking because of road construction, mining, and human expansion. On top of that, the species has a very small population, which makes it vulnerable. Still, if Turkey expands its protected areas and continues scientific monitoring, there is a small chance the numbers could stabilize. But overall, I think the species is at serious risk unless stronger action is taken.